Hey, what is up, everybody? Thank you very much for joining us. This is LexaCrunch. This is the
What's up?
last one of this last year, but the first one of the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Joke's on you because it's already 2022 here.
Yeah,
What?
that's why I said of the new year.
Because we have a time machine. I got there. It wasn't a segue. That was a phallic-looking
He was going
tank
for
thing.
it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to link it up to this week's movie in many ways, and it's so easy.
All right. Well, as per usual, we're gonna go around. We're gonna introduce ourselves, and we're gonna get started on the episode. So let's go left to right this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Left, my left.
Left. No, you're left. That thing.
No, far off, Jay. Go for it.
It's your left.
Yeah, no, it's opposite in 2022. So you fire, man.
So I'm going. You're going.
You're going.
Okay. Hey. Wow. Yeah. This is not the left side of the screen. This is the right side of the screen. And I'm Jeff. And speaking of stupid decisions and mixing up your left and right, we watched Idiocracy this week. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. Yeah, happy New Year and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And Kwanzaa and Hanukkah are also holidays that happen, among others. I just learned about it about an Indian one. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but happy holidays, everybody. New Year's is the best time of year. I'm going to pass it on over to Brandon.
Nice. Well, it would be stupid for me to go after watching Idiocracy, so we'll just go with the smartest of the dumbest way to do it. So, Sam.
Yeah, so usually find me at a little podcast called Commander Crunch, but we're having a little summer break, which has been nice. My hand is almost healed, which is awesome, so I can start to edit and do things normally again. Most importantly, surf, but no, it's been a nice break. It's kind of also taken some pressure off to go think about what Magic's meaning to me at the moment as well, and what we want to do in the new year, all that junk. I joked before, I really haven't caught up with much in the last few weeks. I haven't really been on Twitter much or soaking in what's happening Magic-wise, but that's fine. It's fine. More just fun to hang out with you two fine folks. So,
wow.
And, actually enjoy talking about a movie that I started off probably hating and then had some realized the redeeming qualities and some as always there's a lot of life kind of parallels. We're like, oh shit, that's a bit too close to home, isn't it? So 2005 movie, interesting foresight into the future in a weird way. So yeah, no, it's just lovely to hang out with you again, and not joined by Chesh this week because he's literally in a sauna. Doesn't have aircon in his apartment and is saying, well, he needs to keep as cool as possible. That's fine. I am still in a hot room here. It's 40 degrees, I think we'll reach today, Celsius. So 100 Fahrenheit. You guys are summer people too in the on the beautiful coast there. It's no kind of new thing for you either. Some people really wild it out by 100 degrees, but
yeah, it's nice over here.
Nice. Just having a nice mild winter.
During our summer, it gets to about 112 where we're at. So.
Sometimes.
You get the bushfires too, or
we perpetually on fire.
Yeah, California is always on fire. You know what? Speaking of which, I'm sorry, Brandon. I'm going to cut into your intro time.
No, please do.
I went back and I got curious because I listened to the podcast that I did with CMDR Crunch. I went back and listened to it. First time I ever spoke to you. And that's not true. I don't think. Is it? It may be.
Literally, it was the first time I ever spoke to you. Was a 3-hour podcast. So
which is why it was. It made me happy too. Yeah, it was pretty charming. But during that podcast, how long has it been? 2 years? 3 years now?
No, not 3. It's like a year.
It's been about 2 years. I think we recorded it in 2019 almost. There was a forest fire going on. Remember the one up north that displaced everybody? Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago? Yeah. and you talked about your bushfires and the koalas
Yeah.
and oh man, and I think it was off air. So harrowing stories about the koalas, the way that they
Yeah.
sounded. It's
I
like,
think
oof.
there's a place to donate too. I
Yes,
believe.
I plugged the link
Yeah.
a while ago. I think it's cafirefoundation.gov or something. But anyway, yeah, Australia and California are very much brothers in arms when it comes to
We
horrible, horrible fires.
pretty much trade. We
Yeah.
trade fire people basically. Like they travel over generally to like we'll borrow firefighters from California, and likewise.
Wow.
When you can do such things a bit easier, I think we're pretty fine with borders now. I'm pretty sure you can just jump on a plane and go to America right now.
Mm.
I think everyone's
But
accepted, or with vaccinations we can go around where we need to. But it's
but can we go over there?
I think so. I think you
Oh,
just have
really?
I think you might just have to have a week quarantine or something. But
Mm.
all the rules keep changing.
I'll
It's
just
it's
spend
no
a
less
week in your
scary.
basement. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. I don't have a basement. No one's got basements here. We've got a roof. My shed, I guess. But yeah. No, I remember that too, Jeff, because Nick S had those really crazy photos, and it was like
Mhm.
it would look like fire and brimstone. Like it was just like a hellscape. There was red
Yeah.
skies, and you're close to it when there's red skies. So, whoa.
Yeah,
Scary
yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
Or when your car
Kind
has
of,
3 layers of ash on it.
Yeah, that's right. And there's respiratory warnings and stuff. You're like, yeah, it's
mhm.
actually kind of gnarly if you go outside. You might just like swallow heaps of ash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know quite a bit of people who had a lot of issues with that too.
But yeah, fingers crossed. I haven't heard. I think we had a couple of things in November, like across the country, but it's been nothing just yet. But touch wood. Like we'll see what happens. There's generally a bushfire, quote unquote, each
Mm.
summer, if not a few. That's why the gnarly one, the 2020, was so gnarly because it was one of the worst on record. And a couple of months later, it's pandemic time, and those
Yeah.
people were just recovering. And it's like, oh my god. So anyway, but you do what you can, right? Enjoy every day as much as you can.
Live each
All right.
day.
Well, before we get too far along, my name's Brandon, aka the producer, a host here at MTGLexicon, and thank you very much for joining us for a LexaCrunch. Unfortunately, Chesh was unable to join us, so yeah,
Mhm.
we're doing this without Chesh. But thank you very much, everyone who's here so far. Stick
Oh
around. I
shit!
think we're gonna do some Jackbox later. So if you want to engage with us, have some fun, play some Jackbox, stick around. We're gonna probably play some of that in a little bit here. But as we get into it, Magic news. I don't have much. I've had COVID for the past 2 weeks, so I've been kind of out of it. For the most part, I just literally
Mhm.
wake up, sleep, pass out, shit, eat, wake up. Kind of go through the motions. But all I know is that Neon Dynasty is coming out, and people are like getting
Oh
super amped about it.
Yeah, everyone is.
shit!
So
Those cards.
I kind of want to touch on that for a bit. Actually, I want to get a little spicy.
Please do.
Um,
Let's
well, not
stir
spicy,
spice.
but I okay. I I hate Twitter.com, and I just I'm seeing a lot of, not a lot. I saw this one post that got a lot of interaction, and it was saying something like, if anyone is no reservations excited for Neon, I'm sorry, the new Kamigawa set, that's a little
How
sus,
every
or
time
something like that.
you go to say Neon Genesis, like
Neon
I'm gonna
Genesis Kamigawa, they said that's a little
Kamigawa.
sus, or like I'm suspicious about that. And I'm like, what do you like? What do you mean? And I guess the implication was that they think that the person might be like bias or have some unconscious bias or like some kind of, what do you call it?
Unwavering allegiance to Wizards of the Coast type
Not
thing.
wavering allegiance. No, more um, like there's some kind of unconscious bias that the person who's excited for the new Kamigawa might not be aware of. Some sort of unconscious racial bias. And
Oh, gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, I guess, okay, to be fair, I didn't know that there was a controversy for Kamigawa previously. I guess something to do with ninjutsu. I'm not sure. Like, again, speaking as a white guy, that stuff doesn't really affect me. So of course I didn't pay attention to it, or it wasn't brought to my attention through one way or another. So I definitely am speaking from a perspective of ignorance on this part of just not knowing, right? But I think just to lump everybody in the boat of just like, oh, well, if you're excited for this, then obviously you must feel X, Y, Z, or you might feel, you know, have these biases, or, and it's like, it just seems, again, we're talking about Twitter.com, so it bothers me so much that there's so many people just champing at the bit to there's no better word for it than the tried and true, just a virtue signal, just to like give the coldest take possible. Racism is bad, and throwing up their banner and saying, "Look at me, everybody! I'm gonna let everybody know that I think about this all of the time because I'm a good person." And it's just kind of irritating, I guess.
Yeah, so what if a person of heritage likes Neon Genesis Kamigawa Evolution?
I mean, that's why I think it's kind of a dumb thing to point out, right?
Yeah.
It's that one of the reasons why it's just like, well, what if there are some, you know, some people in that demographic that are whole ass excited, no reservations for this series. What about them, right? Now you're just gonna, it's just you're painting a whole group of strangers with this brush of judgment, and I don't really like that in any sense. You know, I see that a lot of places, and
it's super absolute.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, this is it. It's low hanging fruit. Like,
yeah, it is. It's very low hanging fruit, you know. And again, like, super cold take, but you have to like blow it so out of proportion, and you know, wave your banners and say like, look at me, look at my take, and it's, I guess, again, Twitter.com. We have to get those interactions, and it's just, at the end of the day, it's harmless, and it means nothing. But it just, after seeing it, after using Twitter for a little bit, it just kind of starting to wear on me. And I guess there's my, you know, that's my struggle.
Oh, they're the type of things too. It's just fatiguing too. You're just like, oh, I don't know, maybe
You know,
I might just experience some real world around me rather than just the Twitters. Like,
it's so draining. It really is.
Hey, I've personally had a massive kind of just step back from the Twitters over the last 4 weeks or so. I was just like, don't need to.
Honestly, like, I uninstalled Facebook from my phone about 8 years ago and log in once every like 4 months ish. And I decided never to make a Twitter account, and I shut down my Instagram account shortly after I made it. And I refuse to touch social media at this point. I don't need that toxicity. I don't need that shit in my life. And if someone's very interested in what I'm doing, they can just fucking text me, ask me, hit me up on Discord. I'm happy to tell them about my life or things that are going on, but I don't need to broadcast it. I'm not a fucking 5-year-old looking to make my Fortnite money. Like, the people who I care about, I will be in touch with. And the new people that I get in touch with, I will give them every way and every means to get in touch with me if they want to. So, I mean, I don't need the bullshit in my life. So I just cut it all out completely.
Yeah, not fair. I've got a messenger thing on, like, it's kind of my family and a few other people on that's kind of my primary Facebook use. And lately it's just been looking for secondhand surfboards. Like, it's on a couple of groups where it's like me and my brother are always trolling for like good buys. It's amazing. So yeah, no, that's been it. It's like Twitter's kind of getting a break now. Instagram a little bit. I might just put bread photos and cat photos if I feel
Bread
like
photos.
bread. It's like bread records and cats or cat, and
It's
that's
the
it.
basic building blocks of life, my friend.
Pretty much. And we're just. I realize how much I'm projecting like a smug asshole. Like
Yeah, that's I do.
like look at me. I make fucking bread. Like I have cool records and I have a cat, and it's like my life's perfect.
Nah,
It's
you're
not.
not.
It's
You're
fucking
not a
not.
smug guy.
No way.
You're not. That's not smug. But
I'm happy with it, Like,
yeah. Well, you
they're
want
my
to show
things.
it
Like
off. You're proud
I
of
guess
it.
more. It's like I remember. They document for me a little bit. That's like, oh, that's what If I ever forget, because I do lose track sometimes. Like, what makes me happy? It's like it's little things like that, and nature around me as well. So I try to, but again, it's a fine line because that can very quickly be like, who's this for? Is it for me or is it for other people or whatever? Because whatever. But oh well.
Hmm.
I've definitely I do have family you get it older generations, they get a bit too like, oh well, you didn't respond to this message on Facebook, oh shit, and they have a very interesting sometimes like relationship with it, like our expectation of response and stuff like that, and I'm just not really on it. Like I just don't, and it's like
Yeah.
they can it gets a bit shitty because it's some people haven't been on a what do you call it, like a text message type system communication wise for years and years and years, and can kind of misread cadences and response times,
Hmm.
and it's like it doesn't matter. Like we don't need to be glued to it. Again, I go back to Nick S had that amazing point, and he put me towards a podcast called I think it was maybe about Thinking Green or something. It was a businessy type one, but it was really cool, quite cool. They talk about the attention economy, and that changed the way I looked at everything. I'm like, well, yeah,
Hmm.
I just don't need to be glued here because I have X amount of energy and attention to give to something every day, and it's a resource, and it's all designed for us to be gratified with dopamine, to keep going back, to keep seeing the little red thing. You post something, you're not looking at anything, or you just want to see gratified by all the responses, and that's why you do it, and it's people,
Hmm.
you feed that loop, which leads us to the movie this week, because this
Mm.
movie to me was just a dopamine overload of what happens if dopamine's the only thing that matters in the future, pretty much. That was an abstract way to put it, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. I think I feel you. Well,
Exactly.
well,
So
who wants to start?
All right, I guess I'll start since I picked it for the movie this week. We did Idiocracy. This is a great movie. I've seen this movie at least like 20 times at least. I've been watching this since it came out, really, until even just now, and I love this movie not because it's like really good or it's like, oh, it's a mirror image of what's happening now. No, I've been watching this movie since it came out, and I've been watching this progression of what the movie portrayed then when we all laughed at it then, and what it is now and what we laugh at now. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like this movie so much. It's not because like there's newfound relevance in it or anything else like that. It's just the progression to see how much closer we get to what I think Mike Judge was trying to project in this movie as to the ridiculous of what the future could be if we let it get the way that it would. And this is completely like a comedy. There's no like factual research or anything like that.
it's a silly movie, like,
Exactly.
Mhm.
And it's meant to
Mhm.
be taken as such and not something to be taken like literally or seriously or anything like that.
yeah.
So,
No.
but Sam and Chesh said that they had never seen it. So I was immediately like, okay, we got to add this movie to the list and we got to get these guys to watch it because this movie is hilarious to me. Now, I'm just going to outright say if I had to rate this, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, like right off the bat. And it's just because I've been watching it for so long and it's still the same movie as it ever was. The only thing that's changed is the environment around me, and
Mhm.
that's it. But I there's so much I could say about this movie, but it's mainly in context of what's happening throughout the years and stuff like that. But I'd love to hear what you have to say about it, Sam. But before we do that, let's ask Jeff how he feels about it because he's seen this movie a lot too. So I'm kind of interested to see what our takes on it are, and then have you tell us what your take on it is because I think it's going to be vastly different.
Wait, you want Sam to go first or me?
You.
Oh, I'm confused about you. Why would you want my take to be so different? Wouldn't you want to save me for last? Then
No, I
in
want
that
to save
case,
Sam for last because he just
was
watched
that?
it.
Whoa.
Yeah, your mic just freaked out for a second.
Oh well, can't help it.
Kick into it, Jeff. Exactly. I'm keen to hear.
No, I actually want Sam to go first because I think where I'm going with this is probably going to build off of both of you.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, I put a kink in the works, but I really want to hear what Sam has to say. I genuinely do, but I also want to. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Go ahead.
That's cool. That's good. I will, preface this with I generally found, and it started off this way and then ended completely as well. It was a silly, silly movie, but I kind of applaud that when it means there's no barriers. They can just do what they want, and nothing's too ridiculous. There was various laugh out loud moments. Like I couldn't hold back a laugh. It was just too funny. And there was various moments where it was. I know it's not realistic, but there's concepts there that they're like a little bit frightening. I'm like, yeah, that could kind of happen, I guess. Like it is basically just people joke it's a documentary of like modern times or future times. It's like what happens when commercialism takes over more than anything else, and to a point of caricature. Because I think that's kind of what it is. It's a big old caricature of like, it's a cartoon in the paper type deal of how ridiculous it all is. Like they're wearing everyone's. Movie, we always talk about fashion in movies. Fashion in this movie is fucking hilarious. It's great.
Yes.
It's great because it keeps going. It's just like everyone's always wearing a brand name. And it's kind of funny because a lot of the athleisure stuff these days now is all about really over branded things. And I think even like collectible Nikes and stuff like that, or sometimes they do a bit of like brand crossover, and people tend to like brands. Like it's fine, but like this is like the ridiculousness. Like there's one it's like Costco and Starbucks logos, and they just like keep intertwining. That there's that montage of was it the burger place, and as the timeline of the future, the name starts changing,
Rutgers,
and it's like. Yeah, it's butt. And by the end, it's like butt fuckers. Like it's just ridiculous, and like that's what the burger place is called. There's a lot of moments they were cringy to me because it's like made me realize you could say some pretty nasty shit as just in the time because it's 2005. It was normalized by movies more or less. I know this is almost like the In Bruges thing. Like it's not coming from good people. We know that. Like, but does everyone know that? It's the whole thing like kids playing GTA. Yeah, it's a massive satire. Do kids see it that way, or do they see it as something to be normalized? That it's like, it's just
or
life.
something to strive for, like the future.
Exactly later, but and maybe that's the thing with this. I want to say there's even like cultural stereotypes a little bit in this movie. You're just like they're a bit overblown. It's like, oh, do you really have to have all those people as that? And exactly like, overall, when again, In Bruges was like almost a good onboarding for this to go. Going to be some like politically incorrect shit that you have to drive past and go, it is what it is. 2005, different time, not excusable by any means, that's fine, but like it's I don't know, it is what it is from the time, and 15 years changes a lot, and you would never say any of that stuff ever now, or else it'd be absolutely blown up, and it's just be a horrible kind of reception. But that being said, just plenty of commercial future, like capitalism future kind of memes, really. Like it's just like it is actually really, really funny, a lot of them, when it came down to it. Once I kind of accepted it as just a silly balls to the wall movie, like it's gonna be rude and crude. The Costco moment was probably one of my favorites because it was the funniest. Like it was the Mos Eisley spaceport moment. Like you look over the thing and there's just a fucking Costco that goes forever, and they go there, and he's like, oh, and everyone's so dumb, of course, because like that's the whole point.
Welcome
got
to
a comparison.
Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
And he's like,
that.
like, what's that?
That's my favorite line in the movie.
So good. Oh, and after that, it's like we've been walking for hours, and it's just like he's like, "Oh, I know this place really well. I studied law here." It's so good. And then there's all the things, the coffee jokes. There's like lattes. You just get a latte, and then you get a what were the other options? They were like a lot more money, and it was like everything
Deluxe latte or something. Yeah.
everything becomes sexual. Like, and it's just like, yeah, you get a latte. You can do your taxes, but adults edition. Like, and they're all just
What was
brothels,
it?
basically. Like,
A bucket of chicken and release.
exactly. So that shit actually made me really laugh out loud because it is a really creative look in a way of like how funny and weird you can get. It's got a lot of sketch comedy to it, you know, that you could do. I know some people are like, you could do this in 5 minutes. I'm like, I guess, but like, you know, make a movie out of it. It's fun. It is pretty lighthearted when it comes down to it. It's like there's moments where you're like, maybe the future is like really shit and grim, and like, you know, what happens there. And I made the comparison. I'll end with this one because I'll keep waffling. But what it reminded me of was there's a couple of like differences, but the similarities of what I felt like is that projection of the future that Wally does. It's like, what happens if everyone's just all about, you know, dopamine and brands and, you know,
Convenience and
convenience, exactly. Like there's no essence anymore, and like, and that's kind of what it feels like. So no, it's all in all like a bunch of fun, but like, you know, love it but didn't hate it by the end, which is great. So yeah. If how you
Right
feeling?
on. Okay. All right. So Brandon actually subverted my expectations a little bit with his review. I thought we were gonna get something way out there, but I feel similarly to both of you in the way that it's a comedy, it's a goofy movie. It is not meant to be taken seriously. A lot of people look at this movie, it is a cult classic, and think like, oh yeah, it's a 1-to-1. Look at how how terrible, you know, people how stupid everybody is because I'm the smartest. And you know, there is a lot of heinous shit in the movie, as Sam said. Like the beginning part of the movie didn't age well. That's very distasteful. You know, the poor dumb family having a lot of kids. You know, that's just like, ooh, that's not in good taste at all.
It's a heavy-handed.
But there are some really good. There is some really good stuff in the movie. Like I mentioned before, my favorite line in the movie is "Welcome to Walmart. I love you."
Or Costco, yeah, exactly.
It's just a look on his face. That's like divine comedy right there, right? That's the best line in the movie. That's my favorite line in the movie. But I was going to read. I had this whole thing prepared. There's a good video which summarizes my whole take on this movie. Is that Idiocracy would kind of be a paradise compared to the world we live in today. And the points that got brought up in this movie, in this video I'm referencing, is an old cracked video. I'm going to parrot. Think of it like this, like the stupid people in the movie know how stupid they are. Could you imagine the paradise we would live in if dumb people knew that they were dumb? Stupidity isn't the problem. It's malicious stupidity, right?
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Their system of based on what job you get, like is how smart you are. The smartest guy in the world becomes president, and then Doritos Mountain Dew Johnson, the current president, steps down. I think it was Doritos Mountain Dew Johnson, right?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, he steps down when he realizes that there's a better person to do the job than him because he's smarter and is more capable. He like steps down. He throws parties on his lawn for everybody. He's not worried about being assassinated, him being a POC and everything. Just throwing parties for everybody. The attorney general is a woman, and people listen to her and respect her opinion, it's kind of a paradise. Like, given all the stupid butt fuckers and the clothing. By the way, the clothing, the material it's made out of, I can't remember the name of it.
I think
Yeah,
it's dazzle mesh. Yeah,
it's like
the NBA. I remember at that time, all the a lot of streetwear. There's like that coming out of that time. A lot of knockoff stuff as well. But yeah, a lot of NBA teams had dazzle mesh as their thing at the time. That was a famous like look as nuts, and it's just like so over the top. I love it.
It is the worst fabric ever. I remember because I was in improv and I've been in a few plays, and every time the costume for the characters, whatever it was, because it was all cheap school stuff, public school stuff, it was all made out of the same material, and it was that material, and it does not breathe. It's scratchy. It doesn't feel good. It like wrinkles really easy. It is the worst fabric to make a shirt out of. Period. Or pants or any I don't understand why anyone would ever want to put anything on that fabric.
I don't know if you caught it in the beginning of the movie, but those clothes were meant to be disposable.
Yes. That's
it's even worse.
Yeah.
That's why they're made out of that, I assume. But like I hate that fabric.
Oh yeah.
But I noticed that too.
Playing basketball is the fucking worst. Like, it sticks to you as well, and it's who thought this is a good idea for basketball material? Like, it's so not breathable.
It's but anyway, to go back to my review, this movie is like, it's good to watch with the right crowd and show to the right person, because you could show this to somebody and they might not think very well of you afterwards because of all the horrible shit. And they might if you're a friend, of course, they should be more charitable towards you than that. But, I would show it to somebody with a preamble with, there's some stuff in here that didn't age well, but there's some stuff in here that still has some merit. It's goofy. Check it out, because it is a pretty unique movie, because everyone does dystopian futures in a pretty, I want to say similar way, but everything kind of sucks, but not for this reason. Like, everyone just is dumb as hell, and that's why it's a dystopia. But even then, like I said before, I kind of don't think it's that bad of a future. Not that I say it's a future I strive for, because of course not. But I do strive for some elements of that, right? Where it's like, I don't care if there's a show called Ow My Balls,
The highest grossing movie was Ass.
Ass, yeah. You know what? I don't care.
That was a laugh out loud, but like, I just fucking lost it.
Eight nominations.
Culture changes all the time. If the highest grossing movie is Ass and the top rated show is Ow My Balls, and there's no homeless veterans and everyone gets fed and everyone has a place to stay, then so be it, right? That's not what's important to me. We can work on that later, right? As long as everybody is well fed, has something to do, and has a place to stay, and there's prejudice is at a very low. I mean, they do use the F slur a lot in this movie, but normally it's when they're calling something that's too smart for them.
So they know it exactly.
But they know it's too smart for them, so they just call it F slur. And it's like, well, if that's the worst problem, I'm pretty sure there's no like actual prejudice towards homosexuals in the movie. It's like that. Yeah, it's just kind of
that reason exactly.
It doesn't. The word doesn't really mean anything other than that's stupid. People were using it back in the '90s, when really it's kind of a hateful slur. But if there is no hate towards that group, then the word has no power anymore, right? And hopefully we can achieve that in the future, right? That would be cool.
Exactly. So.
That's my take on the whole situation. But it's very much utopia and very much not achievable in their lifetimes. Probably there's a lot of work to be done, and it's just fun to think about, I guess.
I was
Shout
going to
out-
say
that's my
the
take.
big
Shout
issue
out
being
to Plorg. Sorry, real quick. Shout out
Hey,
to
Plorg.
Plorg. Sequel to the Demolition Man.
Oh, Demolition Man is awesome.
That's pretty funny. I love Demolition Man. And then Darth Dorka says, the
totally.
horrible shit is painted as horrible on purpose. Yeah,
Hey,
you
kinda
know,
what
we were
we're saying,
talking about
exactly.
that
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
But, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. All right, so before we get too much further, what are your guys' ratings? I already said mine's like a 6 out of 10, but I still love this movie to death. So, Sam, since you went after me, why don't you give us your rating?
I think I'm around yours that it also sets a precedent that we can like something for various reasons. But I mean, that's I often say we live in a 1-star or 5-star society. You know, if it's not 5 stars, what went wrong, basically. So we need to broaden up that middle range to say that 6 can be a decent thing I enjoy watching, you know, that kind of thing. So I think by that scale, I'm totally in my gut feeling is by the end of it, I probably started off feeling 3 or 4. By the end of it, probably 5. I had plenty of times that I could don't decipher how many actual good solid laughs I had by like this is just like a bold, just like batshit crazy like view of something that it's actually kind of hilarious, that kind of thing. So the one I completely forgot before, but the one that made me laugh so much was the kind of the fact that the energy drink company, this is something I feel so strongly about, that energy drinks are just sold here everywhere, every convenience store, whatever. You probably shouldn't be drinking Gatorade unless you've lost shitloads of sweat. Like you just don't need those electrolytes. And that their whole thing on electrolytes is so funny. And it's like it's what plants crave, and they feed everything. Everything that should be water is just the energy drink company.
Brondo.
And it's just like so. I remember in primary school as a kid, you're like, oh, I wonder. What a dream. Imagine if the drink chats had Fanta in them. Like, think about that. And, like, this actually happens. It's the first thing. Switches on the tap, and you're like, oh, what is that? And it's, like, water, like, provided by Bruno or whatever. And it's
that's every kid's dream is to have that, yeah.
The funniest thing ever. That's like, oh, shit, why can't we... Everything's a dust bowl. Why can't we grow anything? Because they're trying to feed the crops with the energy drink. And it's like, there's still the propaganda. Like, it's what the plants crave.
What plants crave, man.
And it's like, no. And so you're like, why don't you put it with water? And he had to kind of convince them that the plants were talking to him, or the earth was talking to him. And it's like, yeah, of course, he has a point. And then, yeah.
I could talk to plants, yeah.
Very, very funny. So I'll say 5, 5 out of 10. I want to say logos on a shirt, I guess, is a good one. So. Water? You mean like for the toilet? Yeah, you don't see plants. You don't see plants growing in the toilet. He's like, yeah, maybe you should. You reckon maybe you're the smartest person here?
Yeah, water. You mean what goes in the toilet? Yeah, it's great. The way I kind of rate things now, I can't remember who I adopted this rating system from, but if it's a 6 or better, then that means you would watch it again or drink it again, or it's the repeatability that comes in past 5. 5 is like barely. 5 is like I might watch this again, or I might drink this again if I have no other choice. And if it breaks that barrier, like, yeah, you know what? I'd probably watch that again. Then that's like a 6 and on up, and then it only gets better from there, right? This movie, would I watch it again? Yeah, it's like a 6.5 for me. I'm gonna give it a half because I'm, you know what? Let's do something stupid, and let's give it a good old 5.6.
Yeah, there you go. You're trying to be really smart with this, huh?
Yeah, but it's not smart. It's not.
What's the IQ test he takes or whatever? It's like, oh, if this guy had this many things and then had this many things, how many had? He's like, 2? It's like, wow, you're the smartest person that's ever been here. You're smarter than the president.
You're smarter than the president. Yeah, exactly. The president couldn't even answer this question. Yeah, exactly. What a paradise. All right. Yeah. You guys want to do Jackbox or
Yeah, let's do it.
actually, hold on. I have someone. I'm not sure how long I can do. I could do a round of Jackbox. What game you want to play?
And they're nice chippy rounds too.
We could do
no.
Clash, Devil in the
Another last
Detail.
little piece of trivia to check out. So, what was her name? Maya Rudolph is Minnie Riperton's daughter. So check out Minnie Riperton's music. I've got a few of her records.
Minnie Riperton
has a couple of tracks you might know, like soul funk disco stuff. That she's got an insane vocal range that you're like, it's some of the crazy stuff you ever heard.
Okay,
very very good. Has some banger records. But
okay.
yeah, I found out she died when she was 31 or something. I was like,
no.
Shit, that's really young. Like, yeah. Right. Currently doing a lot of SNL stuff these days. Is Maya Rudolph.
Okay.
Right. So what are we feeling for the? Oh yeah, we got Jackbox Party 7. So I haven't done any of these, I don't think, apart from Quiplash, but that's Quiplash 3. Sweet. As always, do we want to get anyone who's floating around in chat? It's always very fun if anyone wants to jump in.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. So we got a choice of some games. I'm doing one of the more recent ones. This is Jackbox Party 7. So we've got some Quiplash. Oh, I clicked on it like an idiot. We have Quiplash. There we go. Devil.
Guess we're playing Quiplash.
Details. We've got Champed Up. This is one where we draw the things and then they like do the fighting thing. This is the one that we had a lot of fun doing the other day.
Oh my, that was so funny. That was so funny.
Definitely the more people, the better.
Never forget Leg Horse.
Yeah. Leg Horse.
So good. So good. I was thinking the other day, what's the other one? Isn't there one with a t-shirt design or something?
Yeah, TKO. That's
so
on
we don't have to
one.
We'd have to play that, but we had a lovely Christmas day in that I found out my brother-in-law and my wife both have played Jackbox and Quiplash, and I've never talked to them.
Happy New Year, Eclipse. It's probably way too late. You're probably logged off.
Oh, Cole's gone. Yeah, I'll let Cole know, but Cole was around for a bit, yeah. But I was like, why do you play this? I thought I'd only played this for the LexaCrunch guys. It was like, turns out everyone does, and it's the most perfect thing just to like sit around and, you know, have some fun, whatever. And my brother-in-law was telling me they made some of the funniest stuff in the t-shirt one that one of their friends got it actually printed on a t-shirt and gave it as a gift. That kind of stuff is so funny. It's like, imagine Leg Horse on a t-shirt or a stubby holder or something. That'd be great. Or a beer koozie, not stubby holder.
Yeah, stubby holder.
That's Champed Up. We got Talking Points, which is they give you a picture, you try and describe the picture and make it make sense, and then people just vote on which picture and description that you gave. And then Blather Round. I don't know anything about this, but it's a pop culture guessing game where nothing sounds quite right. It's a good experience.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Jeff?
Blather Round.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of a name.
Based on the movie, usually, which is a fun one. Undue. Righty. Go, jackbox.tv, that's the one, right? That's right.
Yep.
I still have my last name, Foster's for life.
Let's see, hold on.
And anyone who's out there in the chat, you're welcome to join us. Hey, we got Plorg, hell yeah. You can enter in the code that you see on your screen, RHLX, and you can join us in this this round of
Where's the code?
Jackbox. RHLX, it is on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm streaming this directly to you guys so you can hear the announcements.
Oh, wow, it's right there in front of my face. RHLX.
Should we be able to hear the audio there?
Yeah, you should hear like jazz-ish.
Oh, no, I can't get that right.
No. So what you're looking at is my face cam. I'm actually sharing the thing to you on Discord as well.
I'll be right back.
Am I not? Because in the call?
Yeah, so go in the call. It says that there's a live stream.
Okay. 1 second. I don't know what I'm missing here. Oh, yeah, watch the screen. Yeah.
You're scaring me, Sam.
Look at the levels of inception here of Discord. It's wild. All right, we've got the cool jazz.
All right. Upgrade. Is that you, Jeff? Upgrade?
Upgrade.
Yeah, with 2 Ds.
With 2 Ds. Upgrade. Oh man, it's so stupid. Upgrade. It's like a pimp named Slickback.
Yeah.
That's what I said, Slickback. No! It's a pimp named Slickback. The Boondocks is so good.
I thought you were going to put down Bondo.
What?
Or Brondo.
Brondo, yeah, exactly. Brondo. The plants crave electrolytes.
All right, we're going to give it 1 more minute if anyone else is looking to join us. We have 2 more spots left. So we'll give it 1 more minute and then we're going to get started. And yeah. Phantom, what's up? You should join us.
Yeah. Come on in.
Hey, what's up, Phantom? Happy New Year to everybody, too. I love the New Year's.
Yeah,
It's my favorite time of year.
2022 is interesting. It's a different place in time. Not really. Nothing really happens.
What do they call that? A palindrome where it's spelled? It's the wait. I guess this isn't a palindrome. It's more like a pattern.
I think so.
But
Palindrome's also what you race a bike in.
nah, I'm gonna be 33 and 22, so I'm looking forward to that.
Excuse me.
How dare you?
I know. All right, I think that's it. I think everybody's in. We're going to kick this off. All right, here we go. Yeah, last year did suck.
Welcome to Blather Round. The game is jazzy.
Yeah,
your
last
host
year
is
sucked.
Snazzy, and something Andre Agassi.
Yeah, last
You're
year
going
did
to
suck.
present a secret prompt, like Moby Dick. You'll describe it to everyone else with sentences like this one. Now, you can change some of these words, but your options are very limited. Everyone else will be guessing, while you make more elaborate sentences. Oh, it's a lot like Moby too.
So that was my first thought.
Be fast to win big. And teamwork is rewarded. So talk out loud and work together.
Okay.
Let's begin. Round 1.
All right, here we go. I've never played this, so I'm looking
Time
forward
to
to it.
choose your prompt.
Okay.
If you pick a harder prompt, you'll get more points if someone guesses it right.
Compris.
Complete.
I don't think anyone's
Now
gonna
you're
get
going to
this.
craft a sentence that describes
but
your prompt.
I'd be
That
happy
wasn't
to
my-
talk about this.
That wasn't my
On your device,
intention.
You'll see 2 word columns. Pick words to
Oh,
build a
no.
sentence describing your prompt.
These
and
are
then
terrible.
tap submit when you're finished.
Yep.
Oh, and you can choose more than 1 word in each column if you want to get creative.
Oh, you can scroll more. Okay, so I've got heaps more options. Sweet.
All right. God.
This is so terrible. Oh, I hate everything about this. This is great.
Time is ticking.
5, 4,
Hurry, hurry.
3, 2, 1. Plurg. Plurg.
You're first.
Can't we implore
Don't get
Kenobi?
cocky about it. It's random. The category
Random.
is person.
All right, so am I supposed to talk about this, or just let this happen and you all talk
They're a
about
big,
this
bad,
together?
vibrant human specimen.
Guess what you have to do now? Guess.
Big, red,
Everyone
vibrant
excited.
human specimen.
In the meantime, the
Vibrant.
presenter will write another sentence.
I think
Superman.
Bad, vibrant human specimen.
um
And man?
They are celebrated for their writing.
Celebrated for their writing. Oh yeah.
oh wow.
Oh.
George Washington. J.K. Rowling.
Oh god, what are these?
They're nothing like George Washington.
Okay.
Uses your guess in a sentence, you get points.
Famous for their writing. Oh,
They're so goofy.
Goofy,
Ooh,
big
the
bad.
quiet is kind of nice. Just kidding. Make some guesses.
Vibrant. It could be songwriting too.
Get
by
your
the way.
guesses in.
They're nothing like Terry Pratchett.
oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job. That was hard.
yeah. It just hit me. Oh, it doesn't. You said it didn't have to be
Oh!
music, right?
Right.
Or
Yeah,
it didn't have to be
right.
books, and I'm like, oh, Goofy,
You can
famous for
figure out
writing.
guess that got you.
Who's like the most
Getting some
famous
points, too.
comedy writer, right? It's, music is Weird Al.
The
Yeah,
category
exactly.
is story.
Good job, Jeff. I didn't think anyone was gonna get that.
It's a story about a fantastic area.
Here we go.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Fantastic area. Okay.
And a
Australia.
okay, hold on.
NYC.
Australia's a movie. A
Straight
story. Oh, Oklahoma Fantastic.
And a fantastic occasion.
It's a fantastic occasion. Okay.
Fantastic
No,
area.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Nirvana.
We can
Narnia.
fire as many guesses as possible.
It's
can't we?
kind of similar
Yeah.
to NYC.
And it's similar to NYC.
There's only big cities that are in okay, so
Glory hole
Right?
Narnia.
Glory hole in Narnia. Okay. That's
A jazzy
terrifying.
That sentence is full of syntax.
a jazzy couple.
Oh, got it.
Yep,
Oh
Yep,
my
yep.
god.
yep. I was gonna say it's similar to San Francisco.
Oh
So,
my
yeah,
god. Good
yeah.
fucking
Interesting.
job.
Wow.
Oh man.
Nice.
What did you
Give
think?
each other
Did
a
you guys
pat
have
on
you
the
guys
back.
seen La La
And
Land?
hey, give
Yeah.
yourself a pat on the front.
Like it?
It's actually
I
not
actually
bad.
haven't seen the movie.
Actually, pretty good. It was one that
The
actually
category
changed the way I look
is
at musicals. I'm
story.
like, okay, I can get amongst this. Ryan
what
Gosling's
we
a
got
fucking
bored?
lord, though.
Story about
It's
a
a story
joyful
about a joyful somebody.
Off you go.
Santa.
Joyful yes, Satan and Santa. They're both spelled the same. A joyful one.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, right. Brings
I love
joy.
it.
Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy for Tom
And
Hanks
a happy
recently played?
dilemma.
Little Happy Dilemma. That's pretty much every '90s movie.
Tom Sawyer.
Santa Claus.
Nothing
It's
like
nothing like Jeffy Dahmer.
And a happy dilemma. A joyful somebody in a happy dilemma.
Joyful somebody in a
Vanilla.
happy dilemma.
It's
Yeah.
nothing like Jeopardy.
Wonderful.
Let's think.
Wally.
Hmm?
You can always hit skip to get a new sentence with new words.
Hmm.
I think we need more.
What's a happy story?
Oh, so do you get
Timer
more of them
stops
to
for
build
no
on as
one.
you go?
Get those guesses
Yeah, you'll
in.
see it. You'll see
Jungle
it.
Book.
in it.
Ah, I see. It makes sense. Yeah.
Whoa. A phenomenal drama queen.
The Phantom Menace.
Time is almost up.
Oh, drama queen. Meryl Streep.
Freddie
Oh god, I
Mercury.
misspelled everything
Wall
about her
Street.
name. No.
Well, no one got it right, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a rewarding experience.
Mamma mia.
No.
I was close. I was on the right path.
Hit my
I was
bad.
on the right path.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah,
I wish
I
there
don't
was
know
a
enough
prompt
about
for
it.
something for Greek in there.
You're the last presenter this round. The category is story.
Excuse me.
It's a story.
It's a story about a tiny creature.
Let's get the presentation started.
A bug's life.
Brondo.
Ants,
Rondo.
Mickey Mouse, and a
A
wet
wet
experience. Nemo.
Oh. Yeah, Finding Nemo. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You did so well, I'm literally
Wow.
gonna buy you a boat. Not a joke. Talk to me
Wow.
after.
That was rapid, man. Good job. Upload.
That's me.
Oh, that's you. Sorry, gotcha.
It's time for the points.
Bit of a wet experience, exactly.
Shout out to the folks
Yeah,
in the middle. Y'all are my people.
Oh man. Florg, I feel so bad. I can't believe I
Round
missed
two.
yours.
I was on the right trail.
That was hard, the Mamma Mia.
Was hard. That was hard.
Here we go
I get it now.
again.
Alright,
Pick a
secret
beautiful
prompt.
new prompt.
Oh, that's a good one.
Lord,
Pick
this
something
is
you
gonna
know
be
about. Something you'll be
fucking
able to
hard.
describe.
Okay.
Whoa. That's pretty good.
Write a sentence to describe your new prompt. Tap a word to put it in your sentence. Tap it again to take it out. You got this.
It's fun. Do I get more points if someone gets it quicker?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
Well,
so.
that's pretty good. I think Nemo was an easy answer anyway, so that's, I don't know, I'll probably get limited there. It's fine, it's fine.
What's up, King Baka?
Hey!
10 seconds.
Playing some games today. Actually excited for my one.
That's it.
I hope you wizards get this one.
There's no word for small in here.
You're
What
going
the hell?
next.
Tiny.
The category is story.
Story. Okay, it's a story.
It's always Phantom Menace, remember that.
It's a story about a terrible experience.
Here we go.
Oh.
DMV.
I can't spell this word.
Terrible experience. Terrible experience.
Armageddon. Day after tomorrow.
Yeah, day after tomorrow.
Maybe you should just submit the sentence and
Oh,
find
20 days later is pretty good. An upsetting
And an
fantasy.
upsetting fantasy.
Oh.
Alice in Underland.
Oh, that's supposed to be a W.
Wonderland.
Pan's Labyrinth. Alice in Wonderland.
Like how does the voice
I guess it's
text
not an
in
upsetting fantasy, is it? Upsetting fantasy.
Upsetting.
It has
know.
the same vibe as Pan's
It
Labyrinth.
has the same vibe as Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, shoot!
Ooh.
It's Wonderland.
As Pan's Labyrinth?
guesses is an important part of the game.
Upsetting fantasy.
Hellboy.
Seen Hellboy, actually.
Whoa,
Shoot.
a mature
Shoot.
corpse.
Oh, what a tasty sentence.
Oh, what are those Tim Burton movies?
Time is running out.
I can't spell the labyrinth.
What's the one with Daniel Radcliffe with the...
The
Jungle?
Orc
Oh, shit.
Swiss
Oh, no,
Army Man?
he's the
Oh,
Swiss...
time is ticking. Hurry, hurry.
Swiss Army Man.
The Swiss Army Man.
The Swiss Army Man. Wow, mature
damn
quote.
it.
Is that a quote?
What is it?
The room.
Oh my
Oops.
god.
Oh,
It's the same vibe as
The
Pan's
same vibe
Labyrinth.
as Pan's Labyrinth.
The category is thing.
What?
This is harder than I thought it would be.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
God.
I
Here
love
we go
it.
again.
It's a humongous what is it's
Ow.
a thing. Okay. It's
It's a
a
thing.
humongous thing.
Can't say much more, can I?
It's a humongous thing.
Spirit Bomb.
Ooh. Ooh.
Your mom.
Well, that's pretty good.
It rolls the
Oh.
cube.
Is it the
The
cube?
cube.
Abracadabra.
It rolls the cube. It's a humongous thing.
Dice.
Dice?
Harry Potter.
Dungeon Master.
Ooh.
Maze Runner.
Ooh, Maze Runner. That's a good. It has to be a thing though, not a movie, right?
Thing.
It's found in the same place as Dungeon Master.
It's a die. I
Die.
put dice already. A die.
Dragon.
Talk about.
Wizard.
Dice.
Paladin.
Magician.
Mm,
Talk about imaginary.
Congratulations! You successfully wrote a sentence.
Talk about.
Time is ticking. Hurry, hurry.
it rolls the cube.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Rolls the cube.
Imaginary rolls the cube.
Oh,
Three-sided
so.
die.
Beholder.
Um,
It's more general than saving throw.
It's almost over. Keep guessing.
Hit eye.
Ooh.
What is it?
Oh.
wow.
That's
Oh,
literally
oh.
like-
No one got it.
How is that a thing?
Wow. No, I was like,
Oh man, like everyone's
I-
doing like this
The
specific.
I was on the
Story.
It's like I couldn't. Like, everyone zoom out, zoom out. What is the thing? It's
It's
just
a
like
story
Yeah.
the
about a
thing.
bad crew.
Story about
And
a
we're
bad
off.
crew.
Bait Batch.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Bad crew. Okay. Shit. What's the one with
And a naughty village.
Mutiny on the Bounty.
Oh.
The village.
Midsummer.
Oh. Naughty Village.
Bad.
Haven't you been a naughty village?
Different,
different
genre,
genre
than
than
Okay, so
Midsummer.
it's not
Give us-
like dark horror.
Have you ever seen the Clint Eastwood movie? And it's like where the term "paint and sound red" comes from.
The Burbs.
Stepford Wives.
Genre than
Well,
Midsummer.
A comic
Okay.
farting.
What a
Comic
marvelous sentence.
farting? What? Stepford Wives is a good guess, though. I would have gone with that.
Oh.
It's a comic farting. It's nothing like Stepford Wives. Oh God!
The farting got me. Like that
Yeah,
was like 100%. I'm like, oh, it's
I would have
Terrence Hill.
never guessed that.
How?
Hard. This is
Fancy
hard.
words.
It is. I like this one.
Comic farting, naughty village,
One more presentation left.
bad crew.
The category
Bad
is
crew.
thing.
That everything describes it perfectly. I just never would have gotten it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
It's a hard substance.
Here we go.
Cube. Rock.
I can't say anything.
My dick.
Of
It
course.
expresses the comfort.
My dick.
Walnut.
Twice.
Expresses the comfort.
Your dick.
Your dick.
Let's see.
It's a lot like rock.
It's a lot like rock. It expresses the it expresses the comfort.
Fake.
Fake?
Sentence.
What? Now you're throwing curveballs at me.
Yeah, this
It's a lot like rock.
It's a lot like rock. Okay. Music.
Ooh. A bad. What's the? It's hard.
Oh.
Hard rock.
Okay, that didn't work. Because that could be two things.
Presenter,
Right.
let's go.
Oh god. That's not very helpful, I'm sorry.
It is
It's used for the
phone.
thing. Okay,
Time
alright,
to
that's...
take
It's for the thing.
It's
Crystals.
the
Yeah,
kid-friendly
exactly.
version of wombats.
Wombats?
Oh, I'm trying so hard.
Okay, now it's just bizarre.
This is.
Oh, Anthony.
Oh! Holy
Down
shit!
to the wire. Y'all are some
Wow.
junkies.
I can't believe you got that.
can't believe I got that.
Wow. That makes sense though. It's used for the thing. Just like, come on.
It's like.
Marvelous.
Are you for real right now?
Oh my god, dude, that was
wombat.
so hard.
You're joking me.
You got extra
Alright.
points for that one. Yeah.
Upgrade.
Thanks for
Good job, Jeff.
playing.
Hey,
I'll see you
thanks.
in my dreams. That's where
Awesome.
you go.
Holy
I do have
Amber,
to kick out
rest of the lizards.
to go grab my friend, but hey,
GG's. Thank you so much for everyone
thanks everybody.
being here with us, hanging out, having a good laugh, a lot of fun. We're gonna sign out for the night. I want to thank everyone who.
I mean, you guys
can
can keep going, but I'm out.
No, I gotta call it. I gotta take my last
Okay,
COVID
we
test
won't.
here in a
Okay.
little bit. But yeah, no, thank you very much, everyone. Plorg, thanks for joining us in these games. That was hilarious. Oh my god, this game was really hard, harder than I thought it would have been.
It was a good one. I like that one a lot, actually.
King Baka, thanks for joining us. Phantom, Darth Dorcas, Eclipse, who's no longer here, and yeah,
G3 once
G3,
one time.
thanks for being here. Matt, I'm sure Matt.
Happy almost New Year.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Happy almost New Year. Yeah, Plorg, Happy New Year, my dude. Love to have you come through again, man. Miss you. And that's gonna be it. So my name is Brandon, aka the producer, signing off here at MTG Lexicon. Either one of you can go next.
Yeah. Hey, it's Jeff, MTG Lexicon, and definitely have a good New Year's Day. Be safe.
Yeah, exactly. And Sam from Commander Crunch. Look forward to more conversation shenanigans next year. But everyone be safe. Enjoy 2022 and, take care of your loved ones and all that and be happy.
Take care.
Yeah.
See ya.